Chantel says we were talking about farming and not bribing kids or adults to do stuff. Exactly. Yeah, I think it's the same thing as kids and adults. Oh, what I saw in the comment on the phone, Dave says you got to buy the love. Yeah, like I said, I'm not. I don't. It doesn't affect me. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store. Like when we go to the grocery store, and we see people in their carts, and people will like hide their carts from us, or they'll like make excuses. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I just bought that for some friends," or "That's just a little treat," and like we don't care. Like we don't care. Like it'd be one thing. Like it's one thing if like we're coaching someone, which we haven't done for a while now. But if you're coaching someone and you're saying like, and they like want the help, and they're asking you, and they're like, "Oh, what do I put in my grocery cart? What do I need to buy?" And you go to the grocery store and they bought nothing, like because we want people to see results. You'd be like, "What's going on here?" But I mean, that's never happened. We run into people that come to our fitness classes or watch our videos or know who we are, and they're like try to hide their cart, which is kind of funny. But we don't care. Like we don't care. Like everyone makes their own decisions. Like if you make the decisions to be embarrassed by your shopping cart, then you make the decision to live the life and see the results that you want to see. So if you're not seeing the results you want to see, then we got to look at what's in our grocery cart, right? It's a pretty simple one. But we don't care. Like there's no judgment. Like Dorothy and I have never had one conversation that was like, "Can you believe what they bought?" It's never happened. And I had this conversation with another trainer, and they said the same thing. Like we don't care. But it's the same thing. I'm comparing that to kids, like parents and how they like bribe their kids or whatever, like how they offer rewards. Like I don't care. Like I don't feel like that's something that I would do, but that doesn't mean I don't think someone else should do that. Like everyone's in their own situation, everyone's in their own circumstance. Like we all have to deal with their own things in life. So like, there's no judgment there, and I think it's kind of funny how people just automatically assume you're judging them. So those are my words on bribery and kids and getting them to do stuff. And I would say the same thing um, about adults. Like you can't, it's not sustainable. You can't tell an adult you're gonna do something. You're gonna punish them every time for the rest of their life. Like, and they're gonna do something. It's not gonna happen. I can't read the rest of those comments. So one of the things. Oh, I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about cell phones. That was my one of my random talks about cell phones, and I haven't had a cell phone for like 2 years, and then Dorothy and I. Did you have a list? Do you have a list of thoughts you wrote down? A list of thoughts you wrote down. Oh, you mean like my points? Yeah, Chantel, I did. We weren't. I think you're talking about my list here that I didn't even like. Here's my list, and of my 7 points, and we didn't even come close to getting to them because of the conversation was going so well. One of my things was the cell phone, because like one of my random thoughts was like I didn't have a cell phone for a couple of years, and like cell phones are so frustrating to me. So the cell phone company tried to pay, like make me pay like $800 for a bill that I didn't bring up. And so I went away to the U.S. and then I said, "Can you put me on a U.S. plan?" "Yeah, put you on a U.S. plan, no problem." And then I get to the U.S. I'm using the phone, and I get back and I get an $800 bill. And I was like, "You told me I was on a plan. Like there's nothing I can do. You said I was on a plan." And then they're like, "No, no, you didn't sign up for a plan. So whoever I called didn't do their job. They didn't put me on a plan, or they forgot, or didn't know how, or did it incorrectly." So, so back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, "I'm not paying this. I'm sorry. Like I didn't use it. I'm not paying this." It's not like jail or prison. Like if you committed a crime, and if you didn't commit a crime and they still put you in jail, you can't do much about it. And it happens. It happens all the time. Trust me. I took criminal justice as a major, and we went through all kinds of stories. It was unbelievable. But anyways, so I was like, I'm like, what if I didn't use a phone? I'm not going to use a phone. Like I was so frustrated. I went back and forth for months with these people, and every time I talked to someone, they'd be like, "Okay, we're going to refund you." And then I get another bill in the mail. They like sent me to collections, and I was like, they told me that it was taken care of. So every time I would talk to someone, okay, we'll take care of it. Then a couple days later, I call and they're like, oh, what do you mean? It's not taken care of. It was so frustrating. So I was like, I'm not going to use a phone. So I went for like a couple of years without a phone. Then there was like a year where Dorothy and I shared a phone. And I'm like, and that, like it's so hard to deal with a phone. Hey Sue, thanks for coming back with us. It's so hard to deal with not having a phone. It's like insane. So when you like logistically, so we do like I do online banking, for example. So you have to have a PIN number, and they like text you a verification code, or they call you. So you have to like so if you're doing online banking, and then someone would say, well, don't do online banking, but it's very convenient. And when I'm in the U.S., I can still do banking in Canada. So I'm not going to drive back and forth every time I make a deposit or make a transfer or make an investment. Like it doesn't, it's not going to happen. So online banking. So when you send they need to send a verification code. So that's one thing that's frustrating. Another thing is like some of my online work, like Mailchimp. Like if you guys get an email if you're on our email list, and we have a few of them. If you want to be on our email list, let me know. So, um, so they do the same thing. Like, oh, we need to verify your account, or like every month or two, they want to know like it's you, not someone hacking in, or it's not a robot. So they're like, we need to do a verification code, and I'm like, so you have to do a text. You have to do text message as well. And then like here, we just signed up for a U.S. phone plan. We're struggling with like, we don't need two phones, and I know people think that's crazy, but we don't. Like Dorothy and I don't need two phones. So we were in Canada. Like, do we cancel that plan? Do we reduce that fee, or do we buy a new one here? Like get a new one here? But I didn't have a phone here. Like I only use the phone for social media on Wi-Fi, which you can still use. You can still use a phone, but calling out is an issue. So you meet someone, and they're like, oh, like for business wise, like, oh, what's your phone number? I'm like, oh, and it's like a little awkward moment, like, oh, just email me. So then you have to get into that whole conversation of like why, like, oh, I actually don't have a phone, or like I say I'm in transition, or I'm having phone trouble with my company. So yeah, it's so challenging not to have a phone in today's day and age, which I think is a bit crazy. Like the whole world revolves around having a phone, a cell phone, and it's it's a bit frustrating, especially if you're not interested. Like for me, a cell phone, like it interrupts my day. There's something else to check, like not just email and not just your Facebook messages or Instagram messages. Now someone's texting you on your phone, and like I don't mean that to anyone that has sent a text message to me or does, but it's just an inconvenience. Like I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy sitting there texting. I don't enjoy checking apps. Like I'll usually go on to put up a post on my apps if I do, but I use the computer for 98% of things that I do. So that's my little issue. That's my random thought about phones. Like, I don't like phones. Yeah, I don't like them. I have no notifications on my phone. They're all off. So, and I understand that phones have brought us together, and phones are like convenient, and we're able to. It's like social media. Like we're able to reach people on a different level now. But um, yeah, phones are frustrating to me at a very deep level. I wish we didn't use phones or need phones at all, and we found a different form of communication. I wanted to mention a couple books. So, part of my morning routine, and I talk about morning routines all the time. Does anyone, and you guys watching, have a morning routine? Just a quick yes or no will suffice. Whoa, excuse me. Um, so part of my morning routine is reading. So I get up, and my morning routine is I get up and I stretch, I do meditation, I read, and then I go to my social media. So I need that time for myself. I used to write. It's okay to have your morning routines change. Like I used to write first thing in the morning. Now my attention has been changed to slightly different. Just released another book, so I feel like I need a break from writing in the whole book scene. So part of it is part of my morning routine is reading from the foundation, oh my gosh, the four foundations of mindfulness in plain English. This is amazing. I'm very interested in Buddhism, and not. I mean, I'm not interested in the religion. I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that for any other purpose than to try to explain where I'm at. Like Buddhism is very much the mind, and I'm so interested in the mind. I was interested in the mind and visualization when I was playing, when I was traveling and playing ball as a profession. I was interested in visualization, in the mind, how it can heal our body. I'm interested in how our mind controls our emotions. So, like for me, Buddhism is it takes that on a deep level. And I've actually talked to a Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka, and he said that Buddhism is not a religion. Buddhism is more about the science of the mind, which I thought was very interesting. Like it like shook me to my core. So, and I know like there's so much controversy. I think like half of the world wars, or maybe the wars going on now in different countries, are over religion. So it's a subject I don't enjoy talking about, much like politics, because so many people are like emotionally invested. They're not able to step outside of the emotion and have a mature conversation about it. Um, but I am super interested in Buddhism. I have been for years. Have meditated on and off for years. I'm very fortunate to be in contact with someone in Sri Lanka who teaches Buddhism. So, anyways, this is one of the books that I read, and it's not a far stretch from how we live. Like you live a true form lifestyle. Like you care about other people. You pay attention to your emotions. You do breathing exercises. You're mindful. This is just it's so deep. Like this is an incredible book. So if you're interested in the mind at all, and I would say if you're interested in the mind, not interested in a religion, I would say this book is something that you should give a shot. Someone actually gave this to me as a gift, and I'm so grateful for it. I read a little bit every morning, do some meditation, and dealing with one of the things I'm working on is attachment. So not being attached to results, and I think that's helped me with relationships. It's helped me in different other areas of business and in life. Not having an attachment and then not having expectations. So I think many times we have expectations of other people. Like like for example, I send a thank you card in the mail. My expectation is they say, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate that." But that's not. I don't think that's a realistic expectation. That's just something that got in my mind at some point in my life. Like you give something and you expect nothing in return. I think that like sometimes we say thank you, like, oh, thank you for that. You expect that you're welcome, and that's just how we were brought up. There's a number of different ways we are the way we are because of the way we were brought up, and like we have these beliefs and that have become values in our lives. So I think if we could snip those beliefs and we wouldn't have expectations, um, we would be much different people. We'd be a much different society. So that's one of the books I'm reading right now, and that I want to share with you. And we got a couple of comments on here. Chantel said, I keep telling myself I'll get into a morning routine, but I hit the snooze button until I have to run out the door for work, so I don't have one. Thanks for sharing that with us, Chantel. Yeah, it's challenging to start your morning routine, but once you get in your morning routine, you feel you feel so much better. So right now, if I don't have a morning routine, then like if I don't have a morning routine, I feel like my whole day is upside down. Like I feel like my day isn't set up for success. So that's something that you could think about. Like if you want to have a more successful day, maybe that will give you more ambition to create a morning routine. Or you know what? Maybe just start with one thing. Like start with one thing that um, that could change your day. Like for example, you're on magnesium, for example. So you get up and you have your magnesium in the morning. That's one thing. So then you do. It's funny, one thing, right? That I'm going to talk about in a second here. That's one thing. And then you get up and you stretch. Let's say you stretch for 3 minutes. Just one thing. That's it. You know you need to get up 4 minutes earlier because you need a minute to take your magnesium and you need 3 minutes to stretch. And that's it. And the thing is, you're going to feel better. Like you're gonna feel better from stretching. And I think we're addicted to things that make us feel better. That's why like we're addicted to sugar, for example. Like we're not addicted to the side effects of sugar, how detrimental it is to our health, like the brain fog and like the downfalls of sugar. We're addicted to sugar because it makes us feel good in that moment. It gives like a boost of energy. I'm sure it gets some endorphins flowing in our body, and it gives us like that alertness for that moment. And of course, we don't think about the other side of sugar, but that it makes you feel better. So if you put together things that start to make you feel better, like you're stretching, like, oh, this makes me feel better in the morning. I feel better taking magnesium. Then you can start stacking things up. Like for us, we have an extensive morning routine. Could take about an hour to get through our morning routine, and a lot of people are like, whoa, I don't have an hour, but you do have 2 minutes. So you start with one thing that takes you 2 minutes, and then you do another 2 minutes, and something else is going to take you 2 minutes. And then from there, you have a morning routine, and you're slowly getting them a bit earlier. You're slowly feeling much better. Like, say, for example, like I think we've all been in this situation where we wake up late, and we're like rushing out the house, and we forgot to pack something. We didn't have our breakfast, and our whole day is like flustered and upside down. And I don't know if this is you or not, Chantal. I'm not saying it is, but let's say that's how you live your lifestyle. You're always late. You're always rushed, and we all know what it's like. Feels like when we're rushed and we're behind. So flip that script and set your day up for success, and get ahead of your day, and get up early. Play some enjoyable music. I don't have any phones next to the bed. We don't have an alarm. I use Alexa. I'm fortunate. Like one was a gift, I think, and one we bought, or one was a prize. And so I said Alexa. I'm talking about Alexa and Google Home. We have both. So I set an alarm at 5 in the morning to play happy music. So I wake up to happy music in the morning. Like, and just think about that's much different than like like who thought of that to wake up to that? That's what I want to know. So think about waking up to happy music or waking up to an alarm that's like It's a completely different mindset. I'm setting up this this camera in case that camera dies, because I was just gonna jump on here for like 5 minutes, but you guys are still hanging out here with me, so I thought I'd stay a bit longer. So that one might die, so I might need to plug this in here. That camera battery is good for an hour and a half, and I think we're reaching the hour and a half mark here pretty quick. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. I don't want to keep you here all day. I do enjoy hanging out with you guys on Friday morning, so that's why I'm still here, sticking around. I don't think Kayla's back here. If Kayla had a question before, let me know who's watching. See, there's a handful of you guys watching, or handful of watching. Let me know if you're sticking around with us. Sue said, I like my phone to keep track of my kids. They're 41, 39, and 37. They're expected to check in regularly, or I call them. Yeah, I mean, people have their phones for different reasons. Oh, you know what I didn't, when I was talking about my phone, like some of the things that I didn't relay was like there's tons of ways, like I didn't share with you, there's tons of ways to call people. And I think that's like a foreign concept to a lot of people. So I can call from my Gmail account. Like I call out from my Gmail account. So and then some people don't answer because they're like, oh, your phone doesn't say who it is. So you can call from Skype. You can call through FaceTime. You can call through Facebook. You can call through WhatsApp. There's a lot of different ways you can call. You can do video messages. You can do just audio messages through pretty much all those platforms. So that's what's interesting. Like people just think like you can only call from your phone. That's the only way, but it's not. If you're resourceful and you're open-minded and you can find other ways, and that's what I've been doing for years. And like often when we travel here to the U.S., if we don't have a plan, then we'll call out through, one of those things I just listed. Usually Google my Gmail account. That's the easiest way for me. So there's different ways that you can do. I've got a couple other comments here. Sue also says, check the phone, do personal stuff, green smoothie while throwing in laundry while listening to D&D or another smart podcast. Awesome, Sue. That means a lot. Do you listen to our show? Do you listen to Exploring Mind and Body? That's always interesting or fun to hear. Um, Sue says, I started making my bed as you suggested. As you suggested. If I don't get it done, it bothers me until I do. OCD. That's awesome. And I'm the same way. So I told Sue, if you guys are enjoying or you're with us, hit that little heart button. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for letting me know, Louise. Louise is still here, and my mom's still here. Thanks, guys, for coming back. It was just terribly frustrating that we had all these comments and conversation going on, and it was like an awesome show, and then we just got cut off. So that was it's difficult to deal with, but I mean that's the reality of doing these live streams and being able to be in front of you guys. That's what happens. And so I suggested like getting up and making your bed, and I was doing that before. I got to take credit for it. I was getting that there's a viral video that's going around on social media, and it's like this military guy, and he talks about the importance of doing one thing in the morning, and that's like doing one thing in the morning and then and feeling accomplished. Like if you do one thing in the day, just make your bed in the morning. So for me, like getting up and making my bed, it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. Like if you're in control of nothing, you are in control of making your bed. Like you have made your bed, you have found some form of success. And some people feel limited. Like some people like or like dig themselves into a dark rabbit hole, and they've never like they don't feel like they're doing anything successful. They don't have anything to be happy about. And my camera is flashing, it's saying it's dying on me. So I gotta go to this one while there's still time. Some of you guys are just coming back. Okay, here's my other camera. I kind of like this camera too, but Dorothy doesn't. So I'm going to keep it here until that dies, and then I'll flip over to this camera. Back up. I was just saying, like, if you do one thing, like, you start your day off with success. I think there's so much, like, power in that. You start your day off by doing one simple task. You get up and you make your bed. If my bed isn't made, and I, like, see it unmade, I'm like you said, it was like OCD. I'm like, there's something wrong. Like, something's upside down. But I'm the same way. Like, my car is spotless. The car, like, when I say that at a red light, Dorothy, she makes fun of me because I'm like shining the car dash or like the side of the car. Like the car is spotless. There's no trash in the car. Like when I'm working at my desk, like right now it looks like a studio in here. I got lights and cameras all over, but when I'm working, there's nothing on my desk. I need to be clean and clear. And it's the same thing when it comes to like your bed in the morning, for example. Like you make your bed. It's clean, it's flat, it's smooth. That is a different mindset. That's a different day, at least for me and people like Sue, to have your day set up in the morning so you've done one thing successful and that's it. So if you do anything throughout the day, make your bed. Maybe this would be better over there. Let's see. Does it look better over there? All right, a couple other comments here. Shauna's still with us here. Thanks for coming back. Sue says, yes, I listen to a lot of the shows. Awesome. Thanks, Sue. That's nice to know. I never know. Like, we've come to a turning point in a lot of places in business right now. And, like, I don't have any problem. Like, we're almost at 400 shows with Exploring Mind and Body. But there's some things that we need to not do anymore. There's some things that we need to continue doing and get better at. So it's always nice to know when people are enjoying what you're doing or the work that you're doing. Because, like, for us, we're at a point where, like, we're minimalist at heart and we're cutting a lot of things in our lives. And I think that, like, business wise, maybe even personal wise, and I think that if people aren't enjoying or watching or listening or doing, or then it's time to get rid of some things, even if we've been doing them for a long time. Then we got, I did mention Shauna was back here. And then we have another Shauna. Shauna says, happy that I'm listening to you this morning. I love your perspective and your info. So helpful. Thanks, Shauna. Appreciate that. She also said, definitely making your bed is a start to success, especially if you are in and out of your bedroom throughout the day. It's a reminder that you've done something right. Yeah, without question. And I think that's more so like because we work from home. So if you see your bed and it's like not made, there's like always something undone that should be done. So that's something that It's another positive to making your bed. Sue says, I was trained old school nursing. The beds had to be perfect or else. Yeah, old school nursing, old school like nuns. I heard some horror stories. Actually, my brother went to school. Like he was taught by some nuns for a short amount of time, and I don't know if that was all pleasant experience. But like the old school way with a lot of different areas was like, this is how you do it, or else. I want to mention the one thing. So this is another book, part of my morning routine. This is one of the. This is more so a business book, but I think it can relate to other areas of life. And it's so amazing. One of the few books that I've read over and over again. And usually I read a book once, and there's a few books that I keep and I read, and so I'm rereading this. This is also part of my morning routine, and it's so eye opening to know that like there's how can I say, so eye opening to know that, to understand that if you focus on one thing in your life, then you can be more successful in other areas of your life. So let's say, for example, like our focus, if we look at magnesium, for example, like our focus has been magnesium. That's our one thing. That we've been putting most of our time and effort to it, like, which we have to do when you develop a new product. Like I don't see another way around it, but that's been successful up to this point because of that one thing. If you focus on doing one thing, like we mentioned, making your bed in the morning to be successful, then you have that one thing. So many of us are trying to multitask, and we're having different conversations, and we have 25 windows open on our browser, and I just don't think it's, well, I know like the whole book talks about the benefits of focusing on one thing, and it's not beneficial to be doing 100 things at once. So I think if we could start focusing more, I think if more of us, excuse me, focused on one thing, we would be much more beneficial. We'd be much more successful in different areas of our life. So that's pretty much it. You guys are still with me. That's amazing. I thank you so much. At least half of you came over from our original show, and that got cut off halfway through. But I want to let you guys go right away here. I do have a few more things on my list, but I'm almost at an hour and a half here. I'm sure some of you guys want to get going. So I'll read some of these on the next one. Dorothy will be back on the next show. We have Cooking with Dorothy coming up on every Tuesday evenings now. I don't remember what the new recipe is, but we do have a email list specific for Cooking with Dorothy. So if you want to get on that, after the show, we send out the past show in case you missed the live one. And then we also send out the recipe in advance, so you can buy your groceries and actually do the recipe with Dorothy. So that's Tuesday evenings. We're back Friday, next Friday morning live here. And Dorothy's going to be with us. And then I'm going to publish a new Day in the Life show. That's going to go out tomorrow morning. We were trying to do those every week, and it just became too much, to be honest with you. There's tons of editing, and there's tons of clips that we have to put together. It's so much fun. I don't want to not do it anymore, but if you're not sure, it's Day in the Life if you haven't seen it yet, Day in the Life is a YouTube show that we put together. It's basically us, like what we're doing throughout the week, and we take clips of it, and then I put them together. So I really like that editing part of it. I like the creation and the artistic part of it. So it's fun, but it's a super time consuming. It takes a long time to put the clips together, to edit them, and to film them. So I was like hoping to do it once a week, but with all the other stuff that we have going on, it's tough. So I think I have to stop saying it's going to be a weekly show. But again, I still want to do them, and I still want to share it with you because it's fun to do. I like to do projects that are enjoyable. So that's at youtube.com/trueformlife. We do share little clips on Facebook, but if you want to watch the whole clip, if you want to watch, oh, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze here, or yawn, one of the two, maybe both, sneeze and yawn. So if you want to watch those whole shows, we'll put the link here, but we would really appreciate subscriptions to our YouTube channel. We put up videos throughout the week. We are on back order with our magnesium, but if you want some of it, we can put you on a list. And then we are collecting payment. So of course, the people that pay, will get their magnesium first, because a lot of people say, yeah, I want magnesium. Then when it comes time to pay, they don't pay, and we're stuck with a bottle sitting there with their name on it, and someone else didn't get a chance to get theirs. So super exciting. Thank you so much for your support. Our first batch was 60 sold. Our second batch was 120 sold. Now we have 60 to 70 people on a waiting list to get the next batch that should be fully produced today. So that's going to be sent out again. So those are going to the people on the waiting list. So if you're not on the waiting list and you're like, oh, I'll just wait till there's no waiting list, we're actually starting a waiting list for after this batch. So let us know if you want to try our TriMag to get on the waiting list so we can get it in your hot little hands. Tons of health benefits. And then, of course, we have Complete Truth Protein. Don't forget about our firstborn. This is for energy, digestion. We ship this out. You can make pancakes with it. You can bake with it, gluten-free flour. And you can, it's great for smoothies as well. Energy and digestion are the two main benefits. So if you're looking for Complete Truth Protein, let us know. We'll hook you up. We can ship it out. We have some places to pick up in and around the area. And that's it. Of course, we have our monthly membership group that's still going strong. We have weekly workouts. We have recipes, grocery shopping lists, meal plans. That's all online as well. So if you're not with us directly, or if you're not close to us, you can still participate. Ooh. I think it's time for a nap. I see there's a bunch of you guys in here. No one's really saying anything. You guys, I wonder if do you guys have the screen? Like, are you sitting there watching, or are you like doing something else and listening? I'd like to know. Maybe you're multitasking, like we talked about with the one thing. I think even if you're not like running a business or into business, you should check that out. I think it would be, I can't believe that camera, I think it'd be beneficial. I can't believe that camera hasn't died. It's been flashing red for quite some time now. It's like, are you done yet? It's hanging on. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. Shauna says I'm watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. It was a blast. We had the first show that went really well, the first part of the show. And I don't know, like next week, I think we're going to go at 7:45 again, because at 7:30, well, at least this time we had much more people right from the get-go. And then like at 7:30, we usually have to wait for about 10 minutes for people to come in. So I'm not sure what that is, if it's just today, if it's a specific day, or I don't know if it's excuse me. I don't know if it's a specific day or if everyone would appreciate us going on 15 minutes later, because some people don't want to miss the whole, or don't want us to be here from the beginning. So, can you put the book on? Is this what you mean, Sue? Can I put this book on, The One Thing? This is by Gary Keller, The One Thing. And yeah, I love it. See if you can find it at your local library. And Mom says, have a fantastic day, everyone. Yeah, The One Thing. If you guys have any questions about the show, or if you missed anything, hit that heart button while you're watching, while you're hanging out here still. If you missed anything, or if I missed anything, let me know. Just shoot me a message and say, hey, what was the title of that book, or what was that magnesium, or how do I get some of your CTP? Anything. Yeah, Gary Keller, you got it. That's right, Sue. Oh, the other book as well. Oh yeah, this book is like, I think every book is life-changing, to be honest with you. Like, every book you could learn something from, and I feel like knowledge is power. Hey, Auntie Joan, thanks for tuning in. Were you watching this whole time? Oh, we froze. Okay, or see, I got a backup. Told you I'm prepared. This is like, were you watching the whole time, Auntie? My Auntie Joan from Saskatchewan. She actually saw some really cool results too with our magnesium product, and yours is going to be out to you soon as well, Auntie Joan. So hopefully you get yours soon. Your magnesium. Oh, I'm gonna put that down just a bit, and that light won't be in the way. Here's that book I was talking about, Four Foundations of Mindfulness. Amazing book. And like I said, it's about the mind. Like, put the religion away to the side, if religion is something that would hold you back from reading it. And there's so much. This book here is life changing. It really is. Like, getting rid of detachment, anger, fear, delusion, greed. It's just like it's the basic. I feel like it's the basics of life. Like we could all live a better lifestyle. We could all learn to live a healthier, cleaner, a more beneficial lifestyle. And that book is wow. It's it's mind blowing to be honest with you. Um, you're welcome, Andy. You're welcome. Hopefully it gets there soon. And know that like there's so many people like waiting for their orders, and I'm like, I'm excited about that, but I'm a bit like disappointed that we couldn't get more to people faster. Like I wish I could be like, here you go, done. Just hand it over, and it's in your hands, and you're gonna be able to see benefits. But there's not much we can do about that. We're doing the best that we can to get the products out as soon as possible. So, first time we've ever had to deal with not being able to keep up with production as quickly as orders are coming in. We get orders every day, every single day, and it's so amazing. And those of you, like my mom, has been beneficial. We've had other people tell their friends. I'm talking about magnesium right now, by the way. We've had like other friends tell their friends like that. When we started we had 40 people in our group, in our TriMag group, support group, or launch group. And I told them, like, you guys will decide if this product is going to succeed or not. Like, you'll decide if you tell your friends, if you take it consistently to see if it could properly work. If, when you see results, if you share that or tell other people about those results, like, you guys decide. It's not us. Like, we have the product. That's great. Like, I know that if you develop a product and you have no help, like if no one's talking about it, sharing it, purchasing it, there's no product. There's no point in having one. So you guys have decided, those of you that are using it, telling people, like I was going to say, my mom's been telling everyone about it. I know she's proud. Thank you, Mom. But she's telling people about it. She's sending people to us. We have other friends and customers sending people to us. Like, you guys are deciding that this product is going to be successful because we know it works. Like, and we could have a product that still works that's not successful because no one's talking about it or sharing about it. So that makes a huge difference by simply saying to a friend, hey, check this out. Just think about it. If there's 40 people in a group and every single person told one person, that's 40 other people. Like, we have 40 people that know about it from the group, and then everyone tells one person, that's 80 people. And if 80 more people, like, it's crazy how quickly something can go and catch on like wildfire, but we can't do that without your support. So thank you for those of you that are supporting us and telling your friends and using our product. It means the world to us. But I'm out of here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me Friday morning. It's been one of our best shows. And our best shows, as of recently, is simply because you guys hang out and ask questions and talk and have your conversation. So appreciate you being here. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Have a great morning. Have a great everything. I'm out of here. Take care, and we will catch you later. Sue says, have a marvelous day. You too, Sue. And I'm out. See ya.